Today's minimalism video is going to be talking about the rat race. Why I decided to leave the rat race and wake up from the matrix, and you can too. So let's get right into the video. Let's get it, let's go. Woo. And when I refer to the rat race, I refer to this materialistic hyperconsumption world lifestyle that we have been fed by the capitalist pigs. What a statement. I'm joking, by the way, but that is kind of more or less why I became a minimalist. I didn't want to constantly be on a hamster wheel of the next best thing. I was like, guys, I'm tired. Let me get off for a little bit. If you're feeling that same level of dystopian unhappiness, then here are some tips for you on how to leave the matrix as best we can without unplugging the cord from the back of our necks. Number 1, become a minimalist. Somehow I feel like this video is just turning into a cheek and tongue kind of satirical video, but just stick with me. Hear me out on this one. When I first came across the idea that like leaving the rat race was through Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he was all like, the rich buy, luxuries last, and assets first. And I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. I'm gonna take it one step further and not buy anything. And by doing so and learning how to not buy anything, I discovered minimalism, and I was like, wow, there's a whole group of people out there who are not buying anything. That's a great idea. So if you want to escape the rat race, which is primarily composed of you buying things, you can stop the wheel by not buying things, and you get a cool nifty title called a minimalist. Number 2, learn about the FIRE movement, also known as financial independence, early retire. This is the idea that you can retire at 30. If you're past 30 and watching this, I'm so sorry. I'm laughing because I'm turning 30 this year. All kidding aside, this movement is for anybody. Mr. Money Stash has a lot of info on this. He's saying it's like a 10-year plan. You can leave the rat race by not buying anything, being super frugal, investing in stocks and assets, and you can leave the rat race. And I think he made it more or less in like about 10 years. Don't quote me. If you want to know more about it, go check out Mr. Money Stash. And if for those in the comment section who have come for me,
yeah, well, what about us who have kids?
Mr. Money Stash has a 15-year-old, so take it up with him, not me. Number 3, stop wanting so much stuff. If you want to leave the matrix, you're gonna have to leave everything behind. Leaving the matrix is a baggage-free ride. And when I say leave the baggage behind, I'm talking about physical and emotional. Leaving the rat race and becoming awoke is not gonna happen if you're still buying stuff and accumulating stuff, both material and physical. It's gonna do you a world of good to get rid of a lot of emotional baggage and all of the things that have hurt you emotionally in your life. It's a lifelong journey to try to fix, but you can start today, and by doing so, you're gonna wake yourself up, and you won't become that way till you become self-realized and self-actualized, and that's gonna take a lot of work, but it begins when you decide to put down the emotional baggage, because that is the struggle that I had. I had a massive bag that I just carried with me, and I would put a band-aid on it with the label of hyperconsumerism and consumption and shopping. If buying something new, if retail therapy could keep that lid on the baggage closed, yes, slap it on. Let me buy myself something more. And so begins the decluttering era. Number 4, learn about stocks and business. If you want to leave the matrix, which a lot of people kind of see as leaving the 9 to 5 because they want to leave their job, as great as it is to think, you know what, I don't want to work anymore, as you've seen with this whole trend, I don't dream of labor, that's fantastic, but who's going to pay the bills on a practical level? How are you going to feed yourself? You can get yourself fed via your stocks, passive income, and dividend. That is what a lot of the well-to-do do. I know that's quite the statement, like, yes, I'm gonna quit my 9 to 5 and I'm gonna start a business, but yes, that's where it starts. And you may laugh at that right now, but that's, big men don't laugh at big ideas because they've seen it done and they've done it themselves. Number 6, speaking of passive income, you're gonna want to increase your streams of income, and you're going to want to have multiple streams of income. I think that I read the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. I don't think necessarily that millionaires themselves have also left the rat race, but it is quite nice to have the choice to want to work. And who wouldn't want 7 streams of income? These incomes can include your active income, like your job, a part-time job, a hustle, a side gig, passive income, assets, material, intellectual property, YouTube videos, your business, to create multiple streams of income. And doing so is going to make leaving the rat race a whole lot easier because you're not worried at night how the bills are going to get paid. And number 6, my last tip that I can give for leaving the rat race is take a look at who's around you. If everyone around you is on the hamster wheel, your idea or your notion of wanting to become free is going to seem all that much more harder because you're going to feel alone. If everything that everyone around you is doing is contrary to what your internal beliefs and your soul is telling you, you got to change your environment. You have to leave the pet store to get away from all the other hamsters running on the wheel if you want to leave the rat race. Do the people around you encourage you and give you motivation to pursue your dreams, or do they also tell you, you know what, your dreams, they're ridiculous, stop living in the clouds, live in reality, this is life is hard, this is what you do, you wake up, you go to work, you come home, you eat, you sleep, repeat. It's not a way to live, and I think that a lot of people don't want to live that way, and it's a very sobering notion to examine the people around us. I'm not saying cut out people, but I'm kind of saying cut out people till you figure out where you stand and your own journey. I've cut out a lot of people out of my life, whether intentional or unintentional, because my lifestyle and my belief system has just been so radical to the norm that society ingrains in us. But it doesn't have to be lonely. When you create that space and you declutter the people that aren't serving you, you're going to generate or create that space in your life to attract the right people in your life. They're going to be on board with what you're doing because they're going to have the same belief systems as you. And whether in conscience or unconsciously, it's going to influence you, and you are going to become what you see around you. So if that's what you want to do, continue doing that. But if you want to surround yourself with better, you got to surround yourself with better. I have met so many wonderful people through my channel on Instagram that I never met in real life, but those are the people that have inspired me and motivated me to keep going. And I've been very blessed to have somebody like Will in my real life who has encouraged me to continue to pursue my dreams. Declutter people around your life that just not serving you, that are not dreaming with you and not motivating you, although primarily that should be coming from you. You don't need others to be pushing you, but at the same time, you shouldn't have people around you at the very least, like not dragging you down. Today's video is sponsored by my Patreons on my Patreon page. If you wish to help out my channel, consider checking it out at Mignon Cobra TV, and if not, then just give me a thumbs up and a subscribe for the algorithm. Dystopian. What am I saying? See you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye!